Hey guys, welcome back to the Small Time Critics. I'm Kem. I'm not going to say 1/3 because we don't have Mo, our gracious leader. But he's not here today. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm Kem. We've got...
That went downhill quickly.
It doesn't matter.
Marc.
No, I'm Hashi.
And today we are talking about...
Pretend to be happy, you know?
Yeah, I know.
No!
Let's attempt to be happy and a little smile.
These guys. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about Strays today. But before we do that, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, comment. It'll be good. Like, sort of let us know what you think. And again, it's the road to 100, isn't it?
Road to 100.
Still road to 100. We're going to keep it going, Mo, until we get there.
Yeah,
it's a challenge.
Let's road to 1,000.
Yeah, that'll be great. But anyway, yeah. So we're going to start off with Strays. How are we going to do this? Because I didn't really like it. I'll let you lot talk.
Can I go first?
I'll let you lot talk.
I've been looking for a comedy that's actually funny, that actually has some kind of semblance of a decent story. You know what I'm saying? Hard Feelings was, you guys hated it, which I understand. For me, it wasn't as bad as you, man, said it was. I watched it after I came back from holiday.
I actually generally forgotten about what that film was then. That's how it didn't have any impact on me at all. I was like,
Hard feelings.
Anyway.
No hard feelings, yeah.
So, but this was so funny. From start to finish, this was so funny. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I don't think I'll ever have a dog. Before I watched it, I was thinking I never want to have a dog. And even after it, there's even more of a reason why I never want to have a dog, because they're so disgusting. And I've got so many questions for Marc, who's a dog owner.
Yeah.
But wow, was this funny. And I had some proper laughs. And the cinema I was in Feltham, we were going nuts for this movie. There were so many hilarious bits in this movie, which we're going to go into. But I just want to put it out there. This was so funny. Jamie Foxx was outstanding.
I recently this couch. Best sex of my life. And she dirty too. I'll see you later, baby.
And I'd never ever expect Will Ferrell to play the straight man.
No.
Because usually he's the funny guy that's over the top.
Yeah.
But he was playing such a great straight man to Jamie Foxx's Bug, who was just absolute crazy guy. It was hilarious. And the two other characters, Hunter and Maggie, and then them doing the howling, and you hear, what do you call it, Hunter howling? Howling! It was just so good. It was just so good. Go on, Marc.
I'm with you. I absolutely love this film. I have two dogs, Lasso Apso and a French Bulldog. So everything they were doing, I could just imagine my two dogs doing, especially when they were peeing on each other to be their friends. I thought that was brilliant, because my dogs do that. They pee on each other.
Really?
And they actually do that?
Yeah.
Dogs do that? I thought that was just to conceal.
No, I mean, because one dog will start peeing, the other dog will go and put his face in it just to see what's going on. And then vice versa, or one will pee on the floor, and one will go and lick it. I'll tell you, it's the most disgusting thing. But
can I say one thing? One thing I didn't know: do dogs really eat their own poop or eat other things?
Sick!
Poop?
Oh yeah. It's we've got my French bulldog Frank. He has like an unlimited loop where he gets stuck, where he throws up, he eats it, throws up, it goes on for a while. Bless him.
That is rank.
Goodness me. And then the worst thing is, like, for me, because then I was thinking about this and I was talking to the person I was with afterwards. People then let dogs lick them.
That's madness, man.
Do you let your dogs lick you?
Oh God, no! I know where he's mouse. I see him lick his own bollocks. There's no way in hell he's licking my face. Yeah. That's
but
disgusting.
I see people like out in public, civilians, like letting dogs.
Well, they share like an ice cream or food with them, then they go and eat it. I was like, oh no, that's it. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not a dog person anyway. So like with this movie,
really, Frank loves you though, Kem. Every time you come around my house, he loves you.
I heard he loves his leg as well.
He loves his leg.
Yeah. So for Strays, I have to give respect for what it is, but like I think I didn't like it because it was just too much. I guess when you're dealing with like animals and like voiceovers for what it was, there's so much you need to sort of keep the person engaged, and because you need to keep them engaged, the joke has to be constant, and because it was constant, it was just too much jokes for me personally.
Okay.
It's like Jamie Foxx had to be Jamie Foxx times 20.
Yes.
In regards to sort of the comedic value. And Will Ferrell done a brilliant job, but they all done a brilliant job. But because you're dealing with a live animal, there's no, you can't let them act and sort of you can't be taken away by an emotional shot or like just sort of be gripped by something without any dialogue. Yeah. Dialogue was start to finish, and that's what threw me out.
I don't know, man.
Yes, I
don't know, man.
Wait, no, it's for me. But I think the pinnacle of like animal sort of films and everything was Homeward Bound. Loved that as a child growing up. Okay. Homeward Bound. It's similar to this, but I felt this movie was like a Homeward Bound sort of adventure. The adventure side, yet you have the Oliver and Company.
That film.
Do you remember Oliver and Company?
That film used to confuse the buggery out of me.
What's that?
They would talk to each other without even moving their mouths.
But
I used to remember being a kid thinking, how are they doing that?
Yeah, that's why this was so good. And to go back to your point in regards to kind of like any kind of emotional aspects and stuff like that, because everything was through, like, you're 100% right, it was. I think the reason why this movie was so effective is, first of all, you saw the animals moving their mouths.
Yep.
And you could actually see the
It was good. It was good.
Like that. And I thought the CGI for that was
really,
very, very good.
Very good.
And the actual dogs, the dog performers were actually really good, because they did all these moves and stuff like that, and everything was believable in the kind of conceit and the suspension of disbelief for the movie kind of thing. But the thing which I was so shocked about is there was emotional aspects where these dogs were talking about like their emotional pain, and it was actually affecting.
Yeah.
And that was the most surprising bit for me, because there was actual quiet moments in the movie where you're reflecting.
And the abusive relationship, though, even though all the other three dogs know it's an abusive relationship, he keeps wanting to go back to him.
And that's a very, very human thing as well, which was so relatable.
Yeah, okay. You need to bleep that out.
I will.
One thing that really bothered me, it shouldn't bother me, one thing that really bothered me, Will Ferrell's character, what's his name again? Reggie. He said, I don't really understand him, what he's saying, but so how do you understand fetching F?
It's emotion.
Yeah. But then, and then when he says, I don't really understand what he's trying to say, but then he says that, he says something. I just want him to say "you're a good boy" or something like that. Yes. So how the continuity there is just
but then they do kind of answer that, because they said that like Maggie, she knows like 31 human words, stuff like that, and these dogs pick up on human words.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's
because my dog Frank, he knows good boy. He doesn't know bad boy. He doesn't know no. He just knows good boy. So it's just those 2 words that he really knows, and that's and food and walkie. So there's 4 words. So they will pick up on certain things.
It tracks, yeah.
But you can say anything you want, but as long as it's in a certain pitch or an excited mood, it gets them into
tone is everything.
So, exactly.
All right. So into the storyline then. So in regards to sort of structure, how do you not find this, man?
I thought the structure was bonkers, but it worked for me. I loved it.
Obviously, it's a story like we've seen before, where it's just an adventure, where it's the goal to get to somewhere to confront a big bad. It's something we've seen a million times.
Homeward Bound.
Yes, 100%. But the kicker was, the actual end of the mission is they're gonna, completely rip, someone's genitals off, and that's just so funny.
I thought that was a pure premise of one dog being dumped here and then happened to go all the way over to here just to bite his owner's dick off. That's it. It's just a revenge tale.
I remember
thought it was brilliant.
When Reggie says it, the cinema absolutely went nuts.
Yeah.
Just how dumb it was. And then when they were all like, whoa. And then the film was like, I'm in. And it was just so stupid.
For what he did with the only thing he truly loves.
I'm going to bite his dick off.
And it's just so funny.
The devil in the sky was the postman. I just thought was brilliant.
That was a great reveal. That was a great reveal.
That was funny, especially like when they got to that landmark and then they were just going crazy. That was funny.
The best bit of that is that they all knew what they were talking about when he said it. I know the devil in the I know that. Because I thought it was the sun or something like that, or I don't know, something else, some kind of big landmark. And it was just so funny. And then obviously with the end, when they're absolutely going nuts. There
was one bit that besides the postman bit, I genuinely found like belly laugh funny, because I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
You see the bulldog that was in the visible fence, and then he tried, and then he just collapsed. It almost felt human, like how someone would try to just...
Because that reminded me of my dog, because he will see something, and if he goes like a plane of glass or something, and he'll think, I can get through there, and just one pelt to the, bang! What the f***? And you can see it in his face trying to figure out why he can't do it. It's absolutely hilarious.
I found that bit genuinely funny, the way he just sort of collapsed and he was just there. And look, again, I'm not poo-pooing on it, as Hash would say. I don't want to do that. But again,
so you don't think that when at the end scene when they're ripping the guy's nuts off through Miley Cyrus is coming like a wrecking ball?
Yeah.
I was wetting myself.
That by the way, our cinema was going nuts.
It didn't do it
because the way the dogs, like the whole
legs,
pulled his legs apart. He's like,
it's crazy. It was crazy.
I think this was like. Don't
like a wrecking ball.
Clip that. We're gonna clip that.
Even if you don't clip it, I'm gonna clip it.
Yeah. Brilliant.
I think, like, again, don't get at me for this. I think this was a cheap, not in a bad way. Don't take it for what the word. It was a cheap. It was a cheap comedy in regards to sort of humor, cheap humor. It did stick, and I guess maybe if I watched this on a different day, it might have been better. But again, I don't say in a bad way that it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie because I genuinely had some good laughs in this. But I just felt that I understood the premise because everything was revealed in the trailer. I understood it from the go. The only thing that caught me in a little bit of suspense was they actually gonna go through with it.
Yes.
And when because at one point when he was like, when he tried to bring the ball back, he was like, hold up. I didn't. At some point, I'm thinking, he's not going to go through with it because there's going to be like a teachable moment here. But no, they went and actually been.
It's pure revenge as it is simplest, really. Yeah. And I thought it was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Because I'm not usually a fan of Will Ferrell and his crude jokes and that kind of thing. I'm not usually one for those things, but I think I laughed all the way through this entire movie.
I think that's the thing that...
There was a couple of jokes, I think, that didn't land.
That was my one issue because obviously with the hit fire of the jokes, some of them didn't land. Some of them, not all of them landed.
Too rapid sometimes, but
there wasn't any sort of time to sort of let it
Yeah. For example, when they're in the little pest control prison thing, that
with the poo thing,
that was a bit too much for me personally, but yeah.
And it
just felt.
It was coming.
Being a dog owner, I've unfortunately been in that situation where I've had to clean up poo. And
have you fell in the poo?
I have. I have slipped in poo. And I'll tell you a quick.
Never me. I'll tell you
a quick story that when we first got, when my son was first born, and we moved to my new house in Ashford, he come into. He was about 3 or 4, I think he was, and he come into the kitchen. He goes, "Daddy, I just went for a toilet like like Bebo does, my dog." I was like, "What do you mean you went toilet?" So he went outside and had a poo in the garden because he saw the dog do it. So I ran out there to try and figure out what was going on. The dog was there trying to poo on top of the poo whilst then turning trying to eat it. I've got my son trying to do it. I think this is not what I thought my adult life was going to be like. I'm cleaning up dog poo, child poo, all in the same situation, and then you try and pick up. You got like a poo bag. Oh my God. And as you go to pick it up, your hand goes through the bag, and you just got a handful. So when I saw that guy go to pick up and fall into it, I said, yeah, I feel your pain there, sir. I feel your pain.
Listen. Lesson in life, don't have animals. Because, look, on God, I'm not picking up poo.
What? Oh my God! I tell you, when it comes to kids and animals,
that's a crazy story, by the way. That is a wonderful clip. That is a crazy story.
See, I don't get it. Obviously, I'm not a dog person, but I don't get it though, man. Yes, dogs are cool. All of that.
I'm with you.
But it's the companionship. The thing is, they because my Frank, for example, I've hand-reared him from when he was born. When the minute he was born, I was there. So the only real human being he's known is me.
You.
The love is unconditional. It doesn't matter what you do.
It's unconditional. Yeah.
It's just it's always there. He follows me around the house, and it's a nice company when you're on your own.
Yeah.
Or if you've got no one else in your life and you want to. I mean, I find myself talking to my dog, and it drives my wife up the wall.
Referring to the movie. So like with this, did you find yourself getting angry of the treatment of Reggie?
I did.
You did, yeah?
Yeah, I did. It pulls to my heartstrings when I see a dog being mistreated for no real reason, just because the guy's a dick. Yeah. And I was going to go on, Reggie, you bite that dick. Go on, Reggie, you get it. Hey, this guy, go get some.
This guy's a clip machine today.
No. But like even me, I'm not like an animal person, but I found myself thinking, right, like after the first shove, off the sofa and everything. I'm thinking, right, this is like for me. I was even looking at his tail and like seeing if his tail was sort of tucked behind his leg as a dog. Even I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about as a dog, is because that's a sign to see if they're having fun or that they're happy in it. And there were one or two scenes I thought his tail was tucked between his legs. So in that sense, like kind of is that like a stressed sign?
For all we know, it could be CGI'd. It might be something that they're putting themselves, because when these sort of films that they do, I think there is a lot of
care for the animal.
A lot of care.
Of course.
So you've got to be very careful with these dogs, especially with a country like America and especially the UK. We are massive dog lovers. So if we see even just something mistreated, like for example, West Ham player Zuma got posting that stupid thing about kicking a cat. I mean, why do that? Especially in this country.
It's crazy.
I mean, in where he's from, cats aren't really probably something to shout about. But in this country, I mean, most people would prefer to have a cat than a human being.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, look, as I said, this for me, it's a quick one, and there's not a lot to really chop up. It's a funny film. I think it's a film for a lot like friends. You could go and you could even watch it with a friend, partner, whatever.
Movie, yeah.
It's a fun movie. Yeah. It's one of those situations like you could put it on at any point. I can't see myself going back to the cinemas to watch it. If I'm at home with friends and everything, stick it on. It's a good laugh. But
go on, what's your STC score? Okay.
For me, again, if I can't be that brutal because I did find myself laughing, so I would give it a 5.
Okay.
That's not bad. It's a lot higher than I thought you was going to give it, to be fair. Because the minute when I was watching it, I thought, Kev's going to hate this. I genuinely think you'd like it, to be fair. I thought, is Kevin and Hashi going to hate this film? Because I was laughing in my head.
Because that's the thing. I'm looking for like really good studio comedies. Because there's not many great studio comedies anymore.
And there's not that many R-rated films like this. And that's why it was so unique. And I thought, we've got to...
Exactly. It was a great night out, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
What's your score?
I was going to give it I'm going to give it a 7. It's only purely because I laughed a lot, but there's a lot of jokes that didn't land for me. So, and that was the only problem. If a lot of the jokes, it almost felt like as well, I saw a clip of this as well, so a couple of scenes seemed to be created just for a joke.
Yes.
And then they moved on.
Yes.
Some landed, but a lot of them didn't. So you could have probably shaved this film off by 10 minutes by cutting those things, and I would have rated it higher. But yeah, definitely solid 7 for me. I would definitely go and watch this again.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of both of you. I'm going to give it a 6.5. I thought it was very, very solid. I thought it had a great premise, a great story structure, and the jokes were very good. Obviously, the hit rate wasn't 100%, but it's very hard for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? That would basically be a perfect comedy, wouldn't it? So yeah, like again, really like this movie. I hope more kind of comedy stuff like that can come out like similar to this, where they really, really go for it. You know what I'm saying? And they went for it, and it was good. Obviously, they didn't.
When they commit, I mean, that's the good thing about a film like this. They've committed to what they knew, what they wanted. They knew what the kind of film it was, and they just thought, let's have some fun with it, and they did. And you can tell that by the animals and stuff. They looked like they had a lot of fun with it, and it showed.
Give us the outro.
Yeah. Well, that's our Strays review. Again, I should have led with spoiler, but it's going to be in the title anyway, so don't need to really do too much.
Is it a spoiler when it does what it says on the tin? There's a dog going to bite someone's dick off.
Yeah, but you still have to sort of give them that sort of disclaimer anyway. But anyway, that's our Strays review. I hope you liked it. And again, as I said, we're trying to get to 100. We're trying to get more, but obviously 100 is our first landmark. So if you could help us get there, just like, comment, subscribe, and
ring that bell.
As he says, ring the bell. Just, as I say, help us get there. We're on a road to 100. Let's see if we could get there, hopefully before the end of the year, and that'll be amazing. Yep, and well, yeah, that's us today. Peace.
Woof.